Let us adopt a meditation position. Some of you may be seated on a padded seat on the floor, others sitting on a chair. If you are sitting on a chair, please place your lower back into the upright support of the chair. Cross your ankles, tuck them in underneath. That moves the hips forwards. For those seated on the floor who know the various classical meditation postures, such as Padmasana, Siddhasana, Virasana, etc., then adopt that posture. For others, try to elevate yourself in such a way that you are comfortable, that you are at ease, and that the back is erect so that the chest, the neck, and the head is arranged in a straight line. Just relax the body, and relaxation means a let go attitude. Let us let go all the concerns and issues of the day. Naturally, at the end of the day, this will occupy our mind. And since this guided meditation falls at the end of a day, let us collectively take all our issues, activities, all the buzzing traffic that is collected all together in a central point. Let us surrender all these activities, knowing that none of it was using our personal energy. It was all borrowed energy. Some may say that this energy was ultimately borrowed from the sun. Wherever we source our energy from, let us consider that it is universal. The thing that makes everything move is called energy. Let us imagine and certainly feel that we have no personal responsibility in holding the body together. The body is an assemblage of different parts, aggregates. Let us view it as a systematic presentation of parts. To facilitate this, let us close the eyes gently and visualize our own body in front of us. There's a certain comedic aspect to this because we can see it in a directional way. You can see how one arm hangs on the one side, the other on the other side. Maybe the back is facing north, the front is facing south. This body is made from food. It was born at a moment in time. It is now grown to arrive at what you have now. And it will decay and pass away. This registration of all material things into compound waves that come and go, that rise and fall, gives us an immediate sense of the opposite, immediate sense of permanency. Like an unseen, all-seeing pair of eyes, let us view this body and mentally bless it, to shower it with fragrant flowers. And with each one that is thrown, let us assert the qualities of strength, truth, beauty, goodness, love, harmony. Let us extend our blessing attitude to all those associated with this body. Let us extend to everyone, to all creatures, to all places. And as we do this, let us feel our inner heart of compassion expanding more and more, embracing all others in a spirit of pure generosity and unconditional love. Let this love permeate, saturate, pervade every object that occupies space, every movement registered in time, every wave that has a cause, and every subsequent effect. Along with these waves, let us add our own waves of strength, of goodness, of purity, of harmony, of love, dispensing these waves to all and sundry, knowing that they will leave their positive effect on all beings. Let us add to this blessing of all beings by tuning in to an inner sound that is the basis of all these other moving waves, the sound of Om. Let us internally allow this sound to rise up from the inner core of our own being. Let it rise up and expand. Let it vibrate everywhere, for it is the basis of all things that oscillate and all things that vibrate. Let this ultimate principle of pure being be known by its sound of Om. Let us now be attentive to the various parts of the observing body that we have now detached from, since we know it is made from the aggregate combined of proteins and carbohydrates and all the things and the miracle of conversion into energy. Let us shift our attention from place to place, starting from where we are seated. Let us be fully aware of how the body is sitting subject to the force of gravity, pulled as it were toward the center of the earth. Just as the core of the earth is the core of our own being is pure light, the light of the world. We can visualize this in the internal core of the spiritual heart. That is, as we go inward more and more, from the external to the subtle to the causal, there we stand, witnessing the full glory of the internal light of pure and infinite consciousness that has no boundaries. We can imagine it as a small pinpoint of brilliant light that expands and opens into a light or a lamp, as in a windowless place that does not flicker, that brilliantly shines out, and inherently we know that all its rays are made from pure love. Let us feel the inner depth of this flame. Let us feel that it is expanded, as it were, as the foundation of all things, the ocean of pure consciousness, the infinite, the invisible, that which lights all things that are lit. Let us feel how it radiates through speech, through the capacity to hear, the capacity to see and smell and touch and taste. Let us feel how it emanates in and through every single cell, every single molecule, and every single pore of the skin also. Let this light radiate everywhere. It is this light that expresses itself as knowledge, intelligence, and awareness. Let us stand in the position of full awareness. Let this awareness be deep. Let this awareness be in the environment of silence. Let us feel the beauty of stillness. Let us feel this as the witness consciousness, the knower, the thinker, and witness all in one. From this, let that aspect called awareness take cognizance of that life force that moves the diaphragm muscle up and down, inflating and deflating the lungs. Let us marvel at this beautiful arrangement of the piston that draws air in and the piston movement up that pushes the air out. Let us note how this rhythm feels. Let us simply observe the rise and fall of breathing in and breathing out. And with the air gently entering in, let us feel that we are absorbing infinite consciousness. Let us think that this human body, along with its identity, is instrumental, something like a keyhole through which light enters and leaves. Whether it's there or not, the light is always there. Let us now think of the ocean of infinite pure consciousness, the ocean of waves and waves of light, in blowing waves entering into us, surging from all around us. Let us lose ourselves and our self-consciousness in this universal ocean of pure consciousness, pure awareness, infinite joy, light and life and love. Let the breathing be in tune with the rhythm of the cosmic ocean. And then let us feel a oneness with it. In this contemplation, we can hear the rise, the name of that divine, the protecting thought that we call a mantra. Let it rise naturally in response to what we feel. And like a surging upward wave, let it move up and express itself in complete glory. Let it carry with it power. Let it carry with it pure intelligence. Let it radiate everywhere and spread its intrinsic beauty to all quarters and areas. Until we merge again in the surge of the cosmic ocean of pure consciousness. What is it that we are feeling? One thing we can assert: we are not the body. I am not the mind. I am not the intellect. I am not the operating ego. I am that deep, deep awareness of pure being. I am that radiant, beaming entity whose only job is to be and to beam. At times, of course, the awareness of this pure oneness gets disturbed. But it is not really a disturbance because we can maintain our observation status as a witness. We can register the comings and goings in the observed field in front of us. And then detach once more, sinking down deeply into the essence of our own being. This being emerges from time to time on the scene of the waking state as a great light, as a great wave that leaves its impact for centuries and centuries to come. Such a manifestation of a light wave was that one that attained the state of Buddhahood. He whose heart was cool with compassion and whose dazzling intellect was free of all delusion. He who was the teacher of both human and celestial beings. We cannot help but salute that being who has reached the ultimate goal of life that we can experience from moment to moment until it becomes habitual for us, and we too become one of enlightened intellect. In consideration of this, we can pray to our own inner self and that manifested giant wave, Lord Buddha, O the pure, the enlightened, the realized, the victorious, the one who conquered lust and greed and all the vasanas and passions, the great soul who lived for fellow beings. If we consider ourselves to be caught up in the darkness of ignorance, apart from moments such as this profound meditation, then let us at least surrender and take refuge in such beings, knowing that they are the most loving, whose love overflows with mercy, whose presence is the gift of blessing, whose light is a lord of effulgence that was attained by a process of illumination under the Bodhi tree. Let us imagine this great, great light within us manifesting in order to pacify our loving heart as lotus feet in front. Let us take refuge in these that carry us across the ocean of samsara. He whose half-closed eyes was wrapped in meditation, that one who is a yogi sitting under the tree, with body given up for all mankind, emaciated due to severe austerities, but whose divine face was still radiant with the inner realization of enlightenment. A prince once whose palace he deserted to become an ascetic in the fullness of his youth. Who took a vow that either he would gain wisdom or sacrifice his mortal body. Let us see this matchless renunciation like a flame that burns eternally. That melts and smelts the dross and common metal of material interests. Let us stand where that one stands. Let us sit where that one sits. Let us enter into our own true nature, the eternal flame of our own being, whose nature is pure existence and pure bliss. That doesn't move. It doesn't change. Let us feel the bliss of pure being as we beam to all beings. And in doing so, let us know that this unlimited compassion, this transcendent love, this infinite flame has a transcendent effect everywhere. Without intending it, without meaning to, let us feel the power of this eternal flame that has the capacity to transform the entire universe. This is your true nature, the nature of Buddhahood, the nature of light, the warmth of love, the brightness of intelligence, and pure being that doesn't change. Let this meditation radiate peace throughout all the three worlds and beyond. Let us assert peace, peace, peace be unto all. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.